There are those of us confident enough to tackle bodywork. Yeah, it's a long, grueling process, but there are some shade tree builders who will take it on. I'm not one of them. The problem with do-it-yourself bodywork becomes a paint issue. Where do you do it? The popular belief is that you can shoot a pint a day without a booth, but your local town government may have a completely different opinion. Then there's the issue of contaminants. A proper booth solves that problem, but the problem can also be finding a proper booth. The Classic team was lucky enough to find one, and they didn't waste any time getting their truck ready to roll in.
Once we got the parts loaded into the booth, we then degreased everything, tacked it off.
Some last-minute seam sealer is applied to the gate to close any gaps that would allow moisture later on.
Our truck's going to be a nice shiny silver with a burgundy top. All of our fenders are going to be burgundy. It's going to look pretty cool when it's done.
Yeah, since these guys aren't professional body shop workers, you know, they work in warehouses and graphic designers and things like that, it's quite amazing that the level that they've taken this truck to. We're gonna mix up some Co-Seal, KS11, black sealer. Mixes 4-to-1 to 1. Well, House of Color has hundreds and hundreds of colors and color combos. It's almost infinite what you can do by layering white under, like say putting white under PVC 34 or silver or black. I can get 3 different shades. So this was my first time putting fine base coat Orion Silver over black. It was pretty challenging.
This is generally a one-shot deal. Matching custom paint later on is seldom successful. But off-the-shelf collision shop colors aren't nearly as nice as this'll be.
The first coat to go onto the truck was a base coat sealer, black, by House of Color. That needs to go on to seal off all the primer for the paint so it doesn't get any contaminants. It's a catalyzed base coat sealer.
The sealer dries pretty quick too, so Scott's able to turn these parts around pretty fast to get to the color stage. Silver over black will take a couple of coats to cover properly.
We have our painter in there painting everything for us. It's starting to turn out pretty nice. I'm really excited. I've never done paint prep or a lot of body work, and it's great to see all the work really pay off on this.
As fast as the crew can get parts ready, Scott can turn them around in the booth. Things are starting to take on the feel of a competition, but it's only to see who'll get a longer coffee break.
All right, it looks like she's all done.
Well, looks in reality can sometimes be a different thing. Scott wasn't going to get much of a break between small and big parts rolling into the booth.
Having the black underneath definitely changes the final color. It makes the silver a little darker than it would be if it was over white. It makes the raspberry red much deeper and richer.
A deep, rich color is the only way to build for show.
With the raspberry, the PVC 34, putting it over a black sealer, it made it more of a dark maroon looking color, just a different effect.
Now that is a color combo that's going to draw eyes, and maybe even a few oohs and whoas.
Next step is getting the logo, right?
Yeah, they'll do the gold leafing logo in the morning.
Right, and pinstriping right here on the seam,
Pinstriping on the seams.
all the way around. You know what I think is the most amazing thing is we didn't even give you this to start. I mean, you guessed perfect. You did a super job.
Right on.
And you know what? It's only his second time doing this.